How do we get a man to chase you when he's only texting the bare minimum? You like him, you felt a vibe, but he's not giving you a ton to work with. Now, warning, you may not like this advice, but it will be helpful. So first, let's get clear on what is bare minimum texting actually. And it's not lovely. It'll be like him saying, hey, you being like, hey, how's your day going? Him 4 hours later, good. You being like, hey, what are you up to tonight? And then him the next day texting, not much. Boom, not a lot of emotion, not a lot you can go off of there. And you might be telling yourself, if you're more on the understanding side, that, oh, he's probably swamped with work, oh, he's just not a big texter, oh, he seemed so interested when I met. What happened? Or you're thinking, dang, I'm cooked. Should I just send this guy a massive paragraph telling him, this is not my standard, I can't believe you would do this to me, I'm blocking your number? No, let's not do either of those. So let's talk a little bit about the gray areas in dating. Now, a lot of people will tell you, oh, just block this guy, he's low effort. But before we jump into any conclusions, maybe an ex just resurfaced, maybe he's dealing with this, maybe work actually is crazy, there's a family crisis, or he's just genuinely not much of a texter. I do know like one or two guys. Again, not the standard, but I do know a few guys that are like this. And this is especially true early in the dating process. It's possible you guys haven't gone on enough dates where he feels obligated to do these types of things, and he could have things going on. So what we know right now is you are not getting the communication you want. And whether it's because he's busy, distracted, or just not interested, the solution is ultimately the same. Dating, remember, is more gray than it is black and white. So let's give a fair shot at love before we make any too harsh of judgments. So I've got a method that we can use to see whether he's absolutely trash when we get rid of him, or he's actually worthwhile and he's just going through a rough patch. So a lot of people, again, will say ghost him, but you have a choice to make. You can either choose to teach him how to communicate with you, or you can let his actions show you who he really is. Again, the answer is always the same. So first things first, this is how we get him back and chasing you, is to try a pattern interrupt. So instead of continuing the boring text cycle, completely change the energy. Send a voice note or just call him. Personally, I prefer the voice note. And here's some voice note scripts that work particularly well. So one is date bait. If you watch my texting videos, you'll know I love date bait. And this is the idea that we want to give him an opportunity to make a date. We want to suggest something without being demanding. You know, plant a seed, let him water it. So option number one, hey, I just tried this new ramen place. It was incredible. Made me think of how much you loved Japanese food. How's your day going? Boom, you mentioned Japanese food. You did a callback. Gives him an opportunity to set a date, and it gives him an opportunity to answer a question. Activity mention. Boom. Hi, just finished this crazy yoga class. I'm definitely feeling it tomorrow. Hope you had a better workout day than me. How's everything going, by the way? Boom. We mentioned a cool life. We're doing interesting things. Life is moving on without him. And it gives him an opportunity to be like, hey, we should do yoga together. Oh, hey, we should go to run club this weekend. Again, give him a little date bait. Option number three, the weekend preview. Hey, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing this weekend. Thinking about maybe checking out a farmer's market downtown. How's your week going? You know, share a little bit, because he could say, oh, we should go to the farmer's market together. Or, hey, can't go to the farmer's market, but let's grab dinner later that night. Again, these are several things. It shows your personality in a way that texting really can't, because the voice, it conveys so much more energy. And it paints a picture of you having an interesting life, which, guys, if you're not doing that, ladies, if you're not doing that, please start now. And it creates natural opportunities for him to suggest meeting up. Again, we do not want to have a relationship with a phone. We want to have a relationship with a human. And if he doesn't take the bait, or he acts weird about the voice notes, you pretty much have your answer about his interest level. And if that doesn't work, again, we tried modeling better communication. So I have one last ditch effort, if you really want to continue to give love a shot, is, hey, I don't mind texting, but these short exchanges aren't really doing it for me. Are you more of a phone call person? Again, we gave him an opportunity to suggest a communication style that works for him. Again, relationships are a bit more black and white. Like, it's a spectrum. Maybe he's like, I only call after work. I'm so locked in on business, and you're like a, hey, text every 4 hours. There's going to be a middle ground here. And option number two, and this is when he's not giving you pretty much anything after giving love a shot, just stop responding. At the end of the day, you don't need to block him. You don't need to make it like a giant paragraph text. Do not do a giant paragraph text. Just do not respond. The male problem-solving mechanism machine will be like, I was texting her one word answers, and now she doesn't respond to me. If he's genuinely interested, he will notice you went quiet, and he will start double texting you. He will start increasing his level of investment. If he doesn't, hey, it was never that serious in the first place, and he'll just disappear. Fair enough. You saved yourself weeks, months, if not years, of being somebody else's backup plan, which we never want in the first place. And let's talk about why this works. Hey, we were able to do a pattern interrupt with a voice note. Voice note's going to convey way more about your personality, and a guy that's genuinely interested in you, genuinely scared of losing you to other men, he's going to not be giving you bare minimum texts. He's going to be trying to get something scheduled. So, hope this helps. Drop any questions down below. Ciao.